What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. Let's talk about it. Why do some men feel the need to dominate women? And this is an honest question because I don't do it. Never did it. Never even had the urge to do it. You know, I don't try to control my wife. I don't try to dictate what my wife does. I don't try to dominate her in no form or fashion. And for me personally, I feel if I did so, that'd hinder her growth, her creative spirit. My face opens up my wife's phone. Got all her passcodes and everything. And I don't feel the need to go through her phone. I use her phone, but I don't go through it looking for something. My wife shares her location with me. And the only time I check it is to see how close she is to home when she coming. Or if she don't answer the phone to see where she at. I'm very, very protective over my wife. Very protective over all the females in my family. Overly protective. But I don't try to dominate or dictate what none of them do. Never have, never will. And in my life, I've seen extremes, and I've seen minor. One case, one of my boys didn't want his girl to go out. And I can understand because of the people she hang with. But after she left, he was like, I don't trust her. And when he said that, I'm thinking like, okay, I was thinking of it from as far as you're around the wrong crowd, anything can happen. As far as her safety, he thought about it as you're around the wrong crowd, anything can happen. As far as that she might cheat on him. And I felt like that was an insecurity. Even if she did or would, it ain't nothing you can do about it. If a woman wants to cheat, it ain't nothing nobody can do about it. They gonna do it. An extreme case, one of the dudes I grew up with, we was shooting dice. It was a group of us shooting dice, and I heard the smack. And then when I looked up, he was choking her. And nobody around me was moving. They was just looking like, dang. So I jumped up and I started choking him. And when he let her go, I let him go and I asked him, why would you do that, bro? Oh, she ain't listening to me. And I'm like, bro, so I'm bigger than you and I'm stronger than you. So if you don't listen to me, do I have the right to choke you? He just looked at me like, didn't even say nothing. I've seen men manipulate and control women with money, with the strength, with the words. And because I don't do it, nor do I have the desire, I can only have an observation and an opinion. And a lot of it, I think, is insecurities. I think a lot of men are insecure to the point that they feel they need to dominate women or their women that they're with. Some men, not all men, but I think it's simply the insecurities. I mean, honestly, that's the only thing I can come up with. I mean, there's levels of it. Even with the material things or the manipulation factor, I couldn't imagine using money or an object to keep a woman to stay, because I mean, ultimately they're there for that reason, because you have this. They're not really there for you. Why would you want that? Stuff just don't make sense. Even if you're using force, she's still with you because you physically won't let her go. We see it all the time. When a man takes the life of a woman and then takes his own life because she didn't want to be with him no more. And when I see that, I think about it. Like, there's too many women on this planet for you to throw your life away. Too many women. There's somebody for everybody. I truly believe it. But you willing to throw your life away because this one woman don't want to be with you. To me, that's an insecurity. I mean, you see women do it too. A man don't want to be with him, and she decided to take him out. So, I mean, it happens on both sides. But I'm a man, so I can only speak from a man's standpoint. If men only understood that women, a good woman, you got good and bad on both sides. But if you got a good woman and you don't try to dominate her, you allow her to grow, she's only going to get better. She only going to get better. And I don't see how men don't understand that. But like I said, I think it's the insecurity, because I even heard men say a woman is trying to educate herself or making herself pretty to attract other men. And again, even if that's true, it ain't nothing you can do about it. It ain't nothing you can do about it. It's gonna happen. If that's her desire, that's her desire. You chose the wrong one. Or maybe she was with you for the wrong reasons. I'm about to welcome my baby girl here in a couple of days. And I always told my wife, if she wanted to leave me, and that's her heart set, I couldn't do nothing but let her walk away. Because I love her. I want her to be happy. If it's not with me, okay, so be it. Just be happy. I always told my wife that I never fight her. If I thought it was a chance that I can fix something, of course I'm going to do that. But what I'm saying is, if she ultimately wants to leave, I would let her. It's not even me letting her. I would have no problem with it. I'd be hurt. I'd be devastated. But I wouldn't want to hurt her. And then even at that point, if I tried to physically get her to stay, she don't want to be here. Even suppressing a woman's thoughts, right? Even suppressing a woman from trying to think or presenting ideas, that's a form of domination. You're trying to silence her. Women are some of the best thinkers, if not the best. We like to say we don't believe women can make decisions in critical situations because they're emotional. But in fact, men are just emotional as women. So why can't women present ideas? Why can't women make decisions in critical situations? Even if it's with emotion. Maybe that's what the situation needs. But we try to suppress women thoughts. Like I said, it's another form of domination. This society attempts to make women feel less than men. And it's just not in the house. It's just not in the workplace. They even do it in religion. The mass majority of people follow Christianity. And I truly believe if the women actually read the book, they'll be disgusted. They'll be disgusted. I would challenge anybody to show me at least 4 verses in the Bible that's praising women. I can show you 2. But I can also show you a good 115, 117 where it's putting women below men. The Bible states a woman cannot teach a man, and she should be silent. I mean, even the reason we don't have eternal life no more is blamed on a woman. When a woman goes through her menstrual cycle, that's said to be a curse from God. I mean, in Islam, you can't even, and in the Catholic Church, you're not even, in the Catholic Church, you're not supposed to take Mass if you're on your cycle. In Islam, you can't even enter the temple because you're dirty. When in fact, a woman's menstrual cycle is cleansing her blood, cleansing all the bad out of her. That's one of the reasons women live longer than men. That's a gift. I mean, there's chapters in the Bible where it's condoning rape if you can pay. Almost any structure built is created to suppress women. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. That's not a fact. That's my opinion. But I love to debate it. I love to be proved wrong. if you can show me. But that's how the society is created. But in fact, when you look at nature, it's the opposite, right? If you look at nature, look at the lions. The female lions hunt, and when they take down, the male lion come eat first. But the reason he eats first is so he have enough energy to protect the pride while they eat. That's the male's role, is to protect. In nature, you look at insects, bugs, ants, everything works around the queen. Bees. I mean, even if you look at your house pets, the male is the most dominant. But every male I had always submitted to the female dog. Nature is designed perfectly, and that's why it works perfectly. It's us that's messed up. It's us going against the natural order, and we suffer. We do stupid stuff. And when I say stupid stuff, I'm talking about if you look at back in the day when we used to go to war, the king always went out and the queen stayed home. The king went out to assure victory. Now we sit back in today's society and the president chill while they send young men out for war to the battlefield. Hoping for victory. And then the wars we fight is over stupid stuff. That's just the public don't even know. But we send our babies off because some guy said we should. That's what I mean by stupid stuff. These people have disagreements. We need to just put them in a cage and let them go at it. Let them figure it out. They ain't got nothing to do with us. But that's my opinion. I think a lot of it is insecurity on the men's part. And even if women do the same thing, I think it's insecurity. I can't really think of nothing else. I mean, just from observation. Lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, all insecurities. I mean, even if you say a person don't want to be alone, that to me don't make sense because, like I said, there's too many people on this planet, and that's just one person. Even if you say it's just the evilness in the person, I guess that can be another reason. But like I said, I don't understand it because I don't do it. I don't understand why I wouldn't want nobody around me because they're influenced by something I have or something I can do. I would want people around me because I'm me and they enjoy the vibe. Anything else, if it was because I got money, I feel abused. I won't say used because I truly believe we all supposed to use one another. I don't think we're supposed to abuse one another. But I truly believe that if a woman was with me because I got money, what's gonna happen if I don't have money? Or what's gonna happen if I don't want to give her no more money? Then I'm gonna be alone regardless. So why even waste my time? Or if a woman was with me because my physical, because I'm physical. Well, one day, everybody get tired, and when that day comes, she go anyway. So why would I wanna? I don't understand why we try to achieve things with the wrong means, with the wrong tools. Even like when people playing sports and they use steroids or some type of enhancement supplement, how do you get gratification if you win? And if you lose, wouldn't you feel worse because you cheated? I don't. It's things I don't do because they just don't make sense. And when I try to make sense of them, it just don't make even more sense. The freer a woman is in a relationship, just from my own personal experience with my wife, the more creative she get, the more passionate she get. That's just my personal experience with my wife. I have been in relationships where, women did cheat. And me personally, I didn't care why. Because I just knew anything they said wouldn't fix it. It wouldn't matter. I didn't care why. I never needed closure. If people wronged me, I never really cared why. It wouldn't make sense to me anyway. I never needed an explanation. They did it, it's done. Oh well, move on. That's what life is. But when people look for closure, I never understood that. It's not gonna make you feel better, whatever they tell you. So I've been in relationships where I wasn't appreciated, and that's okay. It didn't break me to the point where I felt all women are like that. They were just like that. And a lot of times I knew better. A lot of times I knew better. Like I knew it wasn't gonna work out. And I tried it anyway. But not at one time. Like I said, you get emotional, you feel hurt. But when I found out, I didn't want to hurt them. I just wanted them to get away from me. But I didn't want to hurt them. No, I did not want to be around him. Wasn't nothing for us to talk about. Like I said, I never needed closure. I'm straight. It happened. You did it. There's no explanation. And that's a zero tolerance for many reasons. But I never felt the need to hurt him. And like I said, I don't. It's something, like I said, the only thing I can do is observe. And even, like I said, on here you'll see conversations and panels with women and men. And the men trying to dominate the women because the women have an idea. And that's crazy to me. Because some of the ideas be great. Be great ideas. Things that can change the world. If not that, at least a situation. And since it didn't come from a man, what they got now, that manosphere? That's crazy. Like, some of the things these dudes be saying, they be wild. But all I hear is insecurity when I hear them talk. That's all I hear is insecurities. You know, a lot of people will put others down to build themselves up. That's what a lot of people do. And in that sector, that's all you hear is men putting women down, attempting to build themselves up. When it's like, you messed up on the inside, bro. It's not going to work. Even if you go around putting every woman down on the planet, you still go feel that bitterness inside. That feeling of insecurity is still going to be there. I think men who feel the need to dominate women need to do a self-reflection and understand why they have that desire. We don't do that enough. When you feel strongly about something, you should identify why you feel strongly about it. If the information came from a source, you need to study that source. Because it just literally doesn't make sense why men feel the need to dominate women. It does not make sense. I even heard people say women need to be dominated. I heard people say that they need to. Like I wonder, do people actually hear what they say when they talk? And I understand it might be some women out there who desire that. You know, it might be. I don't know. But the need, I can understand in areas, you know, it might be a desire to turn on. I can understand that, but I'm talking about in general life. I don't feel a woman needs to be dominated. I don't even dominate my dog unless she get out of line. Then I show her. But I don't go around dominating my dog. Why would I do it to my woman? When people feel the need to have power over other people, dominating power. There's something going on. There's something going on. That's the only sense I can make out of it. I wish I had some women up here because I want to ask the women too. What is it? Is it psychological or physical that you even allow this to happen? Is it because you seen it when you growing up? Is it because sometimes some women might have low self-esteem and don't feel like they can do better? I've heard that. I had a friend tell me that. She didn't feel she can do any better. That's why she stayed and took what she did. She didn't feel like, but where does that come from? Does that come from that person who's doing it to you? Or is it something that you came up going through in life? Because these conversations, they need to be had to figure these things out. Because I feel like if women, and I'm not saying all the time because sometimes it might be a small woman and a bigger man that's dominant. I'm not going to say it's a choice. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, why stay when you see what's happening or what's about to happen? Why stay? If we can figure that out, maybe we can stop it and change the mindset. Nothing changes without changing the mind first. You can find every solution, but if the mind does not change, if the perception does not change, if the ideology does not change, nothing will, even if it worked, it won't be sustainable. It won't last for long. It'll go back. I got a daughter coming. And I got strong women in my family, so I ain't worried about it. But then again, I am. Because I'm a dad. I'm always think that. I just don't want my baby girl to be fooled by some of the things that I seen other women get fooled by. So I'm an educator. Every chance I get. I told my sister, if you get with a guy and he don't remind you of me, he ain't no good for you. I always told my sisters that if the guy you with don't remind you of me, he ain't no good for you. Because I always tried to lead by example. And that's one of the main reasons I treat women the way I do, because I have a mother and I have sisters. Now I'm about to have a daughter. And my son amazes me because he watches everything I do. You know, my wife pregnant. Her feet swell. So I help her put her shoes on. And when he see me do it, he run go get her shoes. Go put her shoes on. When he see me rubbing her feet, he come over and help me rub her feet. He open the door for his mother. He hold the door for his mother. He just turned 3 today. He been doing this since he been walking. And as a father, I'm proud because my son is watching me. Not only is he watching me, he's replicating everything that I do. That's the thing about a leader. That's the thing about what people don't understand about a leader. A leader ain't good at ordering people around. What a good leader is good at is replicating their success, making more leaders, creating more leaders. Anybody can boss anybody around. That's a manager. You just managing things. But a good leader will be able to replicate the success that they have. They'll be able to teach the ones coming up under them to be better than them. And as a father, that's my job. As a brother, that's been my job. Is to push my sisters to be better than me. That's what my father and my mother did. They pushed me to be better. I'm going to push my son. I'm going to push my daughter. I push my wife. See, a lot of people just want to sit at the top by themselves. But then they get lonely. You know, instead of bringing people up to the top with them, you can create a nation by creating leaders. You can create a city by dominating people, but you can create a nation. The more people at the top, the more people who can be touched, the more people who can be helped. But you bring that one person to the top and they chilling by themselves and get lonely. But women ain't meant to be dominated. My wife stay on the side of me. She rules by my side. We're more powerful together. We're more effective together. That's duality. She on one end of the spectrum, I'm on the other. When we come together in the middle, there's a perfect balance. Men and women were created to participate. They were created to complement one another. Where one falls short, the other one pick up. When a man gives his seed to a woman, it takes 9 months for that seed to develop and come out and create life. In those 9 months, the man's responsibility is to protect the woman while she creates. We don't even do that. And that's just natural. All our roles are mixed up. Man trying to do what women do, women trying to do what men do. We lost in the sauce. Eventually, we're going to have to get back to a natural state. We will have to. I mean, if you look at history, every society fell. Every generational superpower fell eventually. Societies collapsed, totally disappeared, wiped out. It's a restart. When things become too unnatural, it begins to devour itself. And if you look at today's society, I don't see how we don't see that. I don't see how we don't see that. Even in nature, the natural disasters are getting worse. Our society, we can't even get along with one another long enough to create solutions to problems, but we can fight long enough to create more problems. I mean, as black people, we've been trying to come together since really Martin. We did it with the Black Panthers, but after that, it was gone. There was no more community after the Panthers. No more community. And we see how that fell apart from the inside. And I think a lot of that is because we don't hold each other in high regard. We don't even show love to each other. We don't have conversations. We don't have discussions. We just look at one another and assume a lot of times what another person's perspective is, disagree with it, instead of sitting down having a conversation and building. Like even this subject, it's not meant is meant to have a conversation to figure out a solution on both sides, men or women, because I've seen women use their looks, their bodies, and money to control men. And women, you see it on the news, women will take out a man because he don't want to be with her no more, or he cheated. So it happens on both sides. But my concern is the men. That's who I can talk to. And like I said, I don't understand because I don't do it. It's easier and more fulfilling for me to let my wife be as free as possible. Because like I said, the creativity and the affection is intensified. But you got to have a willing participant too. We have to begin to choose the right people. My grandmother always told me, looks come and go, but the heart is only going to get bigger if it's nurtured right. And she told me that because when I was younger, I only wanted to date a certain type of woman. And she told me them looks go come and go. And breasts go get saggy. I always like big breast women. And she told me what you will do when they sag. She told me this as a teenager. Because she tried to hook me up with somebody and I didn't want them. And she knew why. But now that I look back at it, she was right. You know, my wife was the first female I ever dated outside my race. First. I never expected, I always considered myself pro-black. I never expected to marry a woman outside my race, never. But out of all the women I dated, she showed me the most appreciation. And I would have been a fool. I would have been a fool. And I'm not sorry. I get kicked out of a group mentoring kids because my wife wasn't black. Because it was a pro-black group. That's who I used to deal with. And they kicked me out. And later on, they tried to bring me back, but I'm straight. I hear, people have asked me, how can I be pro-black if I didn't marry a black woman? And I told them my mama black, my sister's black, my grandmama black, I'm black. And guess what? When my kids come out, they're going to be black too. That don't make me not love my people. That don't make me not appreciate my people. But at the same time, I'm not about to deny myself happiness. I'm not. I see people do that. I'm not settling. I wanted something and I wanted to be treated a certain way and I wanted to be appreciated for me. Like I said, I'm not like most men. I'm not trying to dominate. I'm not trying to go out there and oppose my will on people or show I'm the baddest. No, I want to laugh. I want to giggle. I want to have fun. I joke all day with my wife. I pick with her all day. I like smiling. I like laughing. And even though sometimes I'm an asshole, she know it and she appreciate it. And she just appreciates me for me. For all my good and all my bad. I'd have been an idiot not to embrace that. I've known people. Salute, bro. Hey, you get the link if you want, bro. I'm just building. I'm trying to figure out why these men want to dominate women. The only thing I can think of, bro, is insecurities. That's the only thing I can think of. Men are insecure. But it's women like that too. You'll see women trying to manipulate, using various tactics. We see it all the time. But I'm focusing on the men because I'm a dude. But yeah, I just feel if we allow women to create, that's what they naturally do. They're natural creators. But if you dominate them, you knock that light out. You knock off that spark. We hinder. Like I said, I don't even try to dominate my animals. I show dominance when I need to. But I ain't trying to dominate. I'm straight. But if you're watching this on playback, do me a favor. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn on notification bells. Because when I go live, you go live. We having conversations to build nations, right? And if you got some input on this, let me know. We can do a part 2. You can't find a solution if the question ain't asked. So that's what I do. But it's the word. Y'all take it easy.